Buckle up, guys, because you'll learn about JSON transformations in Snowflake, and this is basically about querying JSON data, but transforming in the same time data from different topologies, from hierarchical to relational, from string lists to arrays, and so on. So I will start with object manipulation functions, followed by array manipulation functions. Yes, we have a lot of built-in functions that do this, and I will walk through all of them. You'll talk about higher order functions for array elements. This is a super exciting feature that has been added by Snowflake just a few weeks ago, and basically is using lambda or anonymous functions to do some basic transformations, very, very basic transformations on the array elements. And you can use it, you should use it in JSON. You learn everything you need to know about the lateral keyword. And yes, that's a keyword, that's not a join. Lateral is using join, yeah, despite what Snowflake tells you and despite what you may already know about. Why I teach you this? Because next you will learn about the famous flatten function, and you'll learn how to flatten arrays. But flatten is used also to generate rows from key value pairs in an object, in a JSON object. Uh, we look at JSON from a string list. So yeah, definitely switching between arrays and string lists is rather obvious. JSON from row aggregation. So yes, we look at array aggregation and object aggregation functions on different multiple rows. So basically, these functions will build a single value array or a single value object from a bunch of rows. Yeah, we'll go a bit into programming, yeah, JSON transformations with user-defined functions. And in particular, I will come up with some examples in JavaScript and in Python. I will keep everything simple because, yeah, programming is not a requirement, but you have to know about this. And finally, yes, we'll go even further. We look at JSON transformations with data frames. What's all this about is about programming in Python. And we'll use a Snowflake connector for Python, and we'll briefly use also Snowpark. Snowpark comes with this data frame interface that you may use it successfully for JSON. So here we are, yeah. This is our big picture, and look, guys, I will confess because we have SQL and will continue to have SQL queries, yeah, using JSON data everywhere. So it was hard to split up at some point all these queries in JSON into different sections. What I came up with is to show you at the beginning of our journey, the different ways you can transform, let's say, the JSON topologies from in different manners. And basically, here we'll start with array and object manipulation functions, and we'll continue with a famous by now flatten function, a very useful function because this function basically makes it possible to move from JSON hierarchies to table rows. Yeah, table rows. The flatten function will pick up object dictionaries, yeah, the object data type that we have there, the key value pairs, or the array elements, and will dispatch them, will explode them, let's say, into different result rows.